Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Sunday, April the 8th, and welcome to our video commentary. You know, it's been a very bad week for common sense and civility here in North America. And let me tell you about a few examples of what I'm talking about. I have a post that came out today over at the American Thinker regarding Gandhi, the famous gentleman from India who I guess is very well known for his involvement in the independence from Great Britain back at the late 40s. And, I don't really have any strong feelings about Gandhi one way or the other. I mean, I know he's obviously an important figure in modern Indian history, but there's a university somewhere that wants to take down a statue of Gandhi. I guess they find him offensive, or they call him a racist, or that he didn't treat women correctly. Again, I don't know anything about that, but as you know from some of my previous posts, as well as some of my video commentaries, I'm not in favor of taking down statues. I think that's a bad idea. We should leave history the way it is and use history to teach young people about things that happened in history. But this idea that we're going to take down a statue, every time somebody insulted you throughout history, we're going to take down the statue. It's a pretty childish thing to do. And frankly, I hope that school administrators get tougher with some of these students who want to take down every statue just because they don't like somebody, or because somebody's more popular now than he was before, or whatever, or because of something that happened 500 years ago, as in the case of Columbus. I mean, it's time to live in the present and to prepare for the future and stop arguing about the past, as so many people seem to want to do. A couple of other examples in this, what I call a very bad week for common sense and civility. Well, you have the case of Jimmy Kimmel, the famous, I guess, host, is at CBS, wherever he is that he's a host, making fun of the First Lady's accent. Obviously, the First Lady was not born in the United States. She was born in one of the Soviet republics and came to the United States. And even though she's a gifted and very smart woman, actually, very well educated, speaks 5 languages. But obviously, she speaks English with an accent, the same way my mother speaks English with an accent. But, why make fun? Why make fun of those people? But I guess Jimmy Kimmel thought that he had to do his little anti-Trump and took a shot at the First Lady, which has been rather controversial, as we've seen by the reaction of many of the viewers to his program. I mean, there's no need for that. There's no need to take a shot at the First Lady, and especially not over her accent. You can criticize the husband all you want. You can say whatever you want about President Trump, but leave the First Lady out of it. Come on. That's just totally unfair to attack a woman who really cannot defend herself. That's the other issue. Now, with respect to Mrs. Obama, the former First Lady, again, another week of bad civility. Mrs. Obama went to a conference and basically said that her husband, President Obama, was like the good parent, and President Trump is the bad parent. And then she cited some example about eating carrots or eating candy or whatever. I mean, idiotic example, but nevertheless, she took a cheap shot at President Trump. This has to stop. I just don't know how else to say. This garbage has to stop. I mean, look, I understand that Mrs. Obama doesn't like President Trump. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure that Mrs. Bush didn't like President Obama and some of the things that he said about her husband during the campaign. And I'm sure that this goes back to all of the first ladies who don't like to see their husbands attacked. I mean, that's just natural. But there's no need to bring that out in public and to make a statement like that at a conference. I mean, I just think it's over the top. It's totally unnecessary. But it's, I think, an indication of how hard the Democrats, and especially the left, are taking the loss of 2016. And I just think they're going to have to get over it. Just grow up and get over the election. There's another election coming up in November. In fact, we've got another election in a couple of years coming up. So take it out on election day. I mean, try to win elections and stop calling people names, and especially, I mean, come on, taking shots like this at the First Lady, or having a former First Lady take a shot at the current president. I think we can do a lot better than that in the United States. I know we can. So these people who are always preaching civility and always preaching getting along and, togetherness and understanding, they need to start practicing it. They need to start practicing it and showing us that they can respect somebody that they don't agree with. Have a great day, everybody. We have all of these videos over at my YouTube. We have them also on Twitter, and we have them on my blog. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you later.